We got all the ants, but now there's... Is that a tardigrade? That's incredible. We have to go see it up close. Take us back to the human realm. Wow, that's a huge tardigrade. I love tardigrades. They are so cool. These troops are a total overkill. I'm sure it just wants to play. We need to scale it down before it gets hurt. And causes more damage, of course.
Can I? There we go. It can hear the music properly.
This used to be one of those barricades until the tardigrade stepped on it. There's likely to be a lot more rubber around if you don't find a way. It seems like the shrinkage and leak is still wreaking havoc on the other labs. That's more tidying up for us, but also more shrinkage in for the tardigrade. Oh, a coronavirus.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Good thing you found that. Don't worry. Oh, a coronavirus.
Let me say this again.
Good thing you found that. Don't worry. The lab containers will keep it from spreading. See? The ice cream vendor knows they're perfectly safe. Never mind the red light now. Giant tardigrade trumps traffic rules. They really didn't need to bring out the tanks for this. The tardigrade doesn't mean any harm.
Yeah, look at him, he's a
Thankfully,
goober.
it looks like they're just waiting for now.
Where's the stuff then? Alright.
Normally, this tardigrade would be about 500 microns long, or around the size of a grain of sand. Even though they're so small, they can withstand all sorts of extreme conditions. Stuff that would surely kill you is no problem for them. Tardigrades are aquatic creatures. They're often called water bears. Even the ones that live mostly on land have a thin film of water over their bodies. It helps them feel cozy and stay active. We are inside that puddle now. Water may look empty to you most of the time, but here in the bacteria realm, you can see that there's a whole other world that's full of life, including tardigrades. This is a single-celled organism called a diatom, sometimes called jewels of the sea. These tiny organisms generate a big chunk of all the oxygen produced on Earth. These tardigrades are just waking up from TUN state at the moment. Lots of things can cause a tardigrade to go. The TUN state is a really special power. When they're like this, tardigrades have been known to survive 6 times the pressure at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, the deepest part of the ocean, and the vacuum of space. Is that the new veggie patty from the health lab?
Duck.
What are all you lab ducks doing out here? Shit, go away.
Cheeto?
A grain of rice, a staple food for roughly half the world's population. Tardigrades are like little tanks, but when they don't like the environment, they go into an inactive TUN state, where they basically put being alive on hold.
What?
Getting the big one into its TUN state would make it a lot easier to scale down.
What? Wait.
Rotifers are also able to defend themselves against dehydration. When they feel the water is getting scarce, they pull a similar trick to the tardigrades and curl themselves up as the water discharges from their bodies, decreasing their volume greatly. Moss is a great hiding place for tardigrades because it traps water, provides shelter, and it's actually the inspiration for my favourite nickname for them, moss piglets. Moss is also one of their favourite snacks. That's no moon. Wait, no, yes it is.
This is just the moon. Come here.
A giant moss to snack on will surely distract our big buddy from those barricades for a while. Too bad we didn't bring a little ranch dressing. This will have to do. Now then, there are lots of ways to make a tardigrade go into its TUN state. High pressure, lack of oxygen, dehydration, heat, cold. If we had a tasty snack, you could use the drone to lure the tardigrade somewhere with one of those things. Now, where should we lead the tardigrade? Maybe someplace cold? Come on, take a bite. It's tasty, tasty moss. Oops, but it was a long shot anyway. The cart isn't cold enough to chill the entire tardigrade. We can try drying it off instead. Anything around we can use. Those bits of wood don't make a very good barricade anymore, but they could make a great fire. The heat would dehydrate the tardigrade, and at this distance, we wouldn't accidentally roast it. Banana flavor. Interesting choice.
Tree.
A tree? Bonfire would probably dry out the tardigrade, but live trees don't make very good firewood.
How am I supposed to scan? Is that caffeine?
Ah, caffeine. Probably one of humanity's favorite molecules.
Let's grab it. Thanks. Oh.
That's a neutrophil, the enthusiastic killers in your bloodstream that live to take out intruding bacteria. Those bits of wood don't make a very good barricade anymore, but they could make... The easiest way to get the tardigrade into its TUN state is probably to cool it down or find a way to dry up its watery coat. Welcome to the molecular realm.
I actually
Remember
got
that
all
broken
the
barricade?
weapons up for one.
These are its molecules, plus some from the air around it. Fire needs fuel. Anything with both carbon and hydrogen atoms will burn if you get it hot enough, so these cellulose molecules in the wood should do just fine. Oxygen is a key ingredient of fire, but regular oxygen molecules bouncing into things don't cause fires. If they did, we'd be in a lot of trouble. For the oxygen molecules to react with the fuel, we'll need more and stronger collisions. This is a cooling tower. It cools water by exposing as much of the water's surface to air as possible.
What else?
We need these oxygen molecules to speed up. The duck drone has just the perfect gadget. Fire needs fuel. Anything with both carbon and hydrogen atoms will burn if you get it hot enough, so fire needs fuel. Anything with both carbon and hydrogen atoms will burn if you get it hot enough, so these cellulose molecules in the wood should do just fine. I originally made the drone's flagellum to help duck move around in the smaller realms, but it's also good for stirring up molecules. Press the trigger to make it spin. With enough force, oxygen molecules are able to break down the bonds between molecules in the wood, releasing energy and light. Fire is chemistry and physics in action.
Yeah. It's so dark. Nicky, come back. What's going on? Whoa. Whoa. Ooh, stuff.
Oxygen is a key ingredient of fire.
No, okay.
But regular
Is this
oxygen
carbon?
molecules bound. These carbon dioxide molecules were formed in this combustion reaction. They'll come in handy when it's time to put the fire out. Why don't you collect? Carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen, so large quantities of it can get in between the fire and its fuel, cutting off the combustion reaction. We only have a little right now, but you know how to make that into a lot, right? A few molecule-sized molecules wouldn't be enough to put out a fire, but a few giant molecules will be. Those are waiting for us in the human realm whenever you're ready.
Going through this a lot faster than I expected.
Here it is. Bet you wished you had some marshmallows now. See the steam coming off the tardigrade? That's the film of water around its body evaporating. It will go into its TUN state shortly. Just fly the drone over the fire and pull the trigger to release the CO2.
Okay, just the shrinkage. I have a feeling.
Apparently, the ants didn't mind the cardboard and foam flavor.
Wait, did I get the cooling tower? I don't know. I think I did. But why is that going off? There's something I missed in here.
Nitrogen molecules like these make up about 4/5 of Earth's atmosphere. It's not flammable, which is good for life, but makes it less interesting for us right now. When oxygen breaks down the bonds between molecules in the wood, one of the new molecules that forms is water vapor. Forming new molecules like that releases energy in the form of heat, which is why fire feels hot to us.
Does it have to been enough, right?
Nematodes are one of the few animals which can resist dehydration to similar levels as tardigrades. They can also get rid of most of the water in their cells and come back to life just normal.
I don't think there's anything in here. Which means I've missed something here.
Fire turns oxygen and fuel into
duck.
entirely new molecules. That's where this ash comes from.
Oh, there it is.
Strange matter. No, really, that's what it's called.
How can I forget about this? No. Move.
The shrinkagen capsule is ready to use. Put it in the multi-tool and let's roll. Goodbye, little water bear. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? Now, let's get
Mr.
rid of that
Ducks.
giant rubber duck. We don't want it reminding everyone who's caused all this trouble. Head to the mountain realm when you're done here.